be, Ali. Tell me, first of all, how'd you two meet together? And what led you to the big moment when you decided, I'm ready. This is the time. I'm gonna get the ring. I'm gonna ask the most important question essentially ever in my life to the woman I love. Could you talk to me first how you guys met, and then if you could explain to us and walk us through the day you asked her in your hand in marriage?
Yeah, no, definitely. So me and Laura we went to the same high school together back in the day. Shout out to Walter Panis. I was only there for a year that I transferred to the other high school in my district because we ended up moving. But after I transferred high schools, just never saw her again. That was freshman year of high school. From 2009 to 2017. Just never saw her again. Went to college, everything, and then when I got back from after graduation, I ended up working at Home Depot, which was, it was humbling. Like on that grind to find an engineering job, and like 6 months into me working there, I see his cashier just like out of nowhere, and I'm like, who's this chick? Like she looks familiar. Like I'm looking at her, and it might end up looking like at her pretty creepily, I guess, because I'm like looking at her. I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna go talk to her.
Who is this?
So I'm like, I'm pretty sure I know this girl from like high school or something. So like kept it cool. First few days didn't do anything. Just
Mhm.
playing that long game. And then like I think it was like December of 17. I was like, all right, I'm gonna go talk to her. Okay, it's been a few weeks now. I'm gonna go talk to her.
Mhm.
So I was in the pro desk area, the contractor sales, and which is right next to the cashiers. So I walk up to she was a head cashier, so I walk up there, and then the first things that come out of my mouth is, "Hey, I like your shoes." And then she was just like, "Thanks." And then I was like, "Yeah." And then I turned around and I'm walking away, and I'm just sitting there like, oh, stupid, stupid, stupid. Who says something like that? Who says something like that? And then fast forward to like 2 months later, the HR people at Home Depot, they were, had like the Valentine's Day grams and stuff, like send a
Mhm.
flower or whatever to an employee. So, well, on the other head cashier, she knew I had a crush on her, so she was like, oh, I already put a rose in you, for her from you. And I was like, oh, I was not expecting that. But truth be told, I'm watching her get this flower from like across the store, and she's like blushing and stuff, and I'm like, oh my god, what has she done? And then like a week later, so it's that day, it got the digits,
Mhm.
like I'm like, all right, I still got game, got the digits and everything.
Now you're in the real world, feeling good.
Yeah, no, I'm like, all right. And then a week later, our first date was watching Black Panther in theaters.
How about that
Yeah,
monumental movie right
yeah,
there?
yeah. R.I.P. Chadwick Boseman.
Definitely, man. R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Chadwick for sure.
R.I.P. But yeah, that was our first date, and it just became like we started hanging out every single day, and then about a month and a half after we started like seeing each other,
Mhm.
um I started at my new job in the city. I got the job and everything, and so thinking Home Depot. So I'm like, oh, this is a bummer. But post, like April 1st, that year, I got my job, and like I would after work, I would come back from the city, stop by Home Depot. She worked those closing shifts, so I stopped by Home Depot
Mhm.
every single day. Say hey to her, hang out for a little bit, and that was very cool. And well, not very cool, no, she's and then and then you know and then so fun fact, we've actually been long distance more than we've been
Mhm.
together. Like I would say, so our 3 anniversary is coming up in about less than a month. May 4th is our
Look at that.
yeah. So May 4th is our anniversary, and so 3 years, which is crazy to me, honestly.
Definitely. That's dedication. Could you
Yeah.
now talk to us, dating for years at this point? Obviously, you get that butterfly feeling. can you talk to us and walk us through the moment you decided I'm gonna ask this girl to
Yeah.
marry me?
Yeah. So, flash forward 2 years, she was living here for like almost a year back in New York. She was,
Mm-hmm.
she's back in, she went back to Florida to start school and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And, like it was a tough long distance thing. And,
I know
but
exactly
like,
what you mean.
like originally though, it wasn't that bad, like I flew down, she flew up, like we're seeing each other at least every like month and a half, like it
That's really good.
wasn't anything too crazy. And then March of 2020 hit, and
Mm-hmm.
that's when, long distance became, all right, well, we went from long distance to being long distance in a pandemic, which
Yeah.
was brutal. And I was supposed to see her like a week after the pandemic started too. I had
Oh
flights,
man.
yeah, with my sister to fly down to Florida for her spring break, and that ended up not happening. But that pandemic was very humbling for us. I would say, it was, there were some, rough spots. There's rough spots in every relationship, but the fact that we managed to get by,
Yeah.
great. So, between January of 2020, I didn't see her until June last year. So that was, like 6 months was our longest time apart, and
Yeah, and also at that time we didn't know when would you be able
yeah,
to let
when it
out
was
of
gonna
the
be
house
over.
on top of that.
And like I'm thankful, at some point, last June I was able to work from Florida. So I drove down. The pandemic was like
Mm-hmm.
it was going, but I drove down there, and
Must have been some clear
I,
roads.
yeah, yeah. No, well, I will say no traffic, no no traffic in a pandemic driving to Florida on 995. Um, and I drove down. I was there for a month, and that definitely helped. And I was there for a full month, and like after that visit, it was like, okay, um, I'm like pretty positive, like 99.999% positive that this is the girl I want to marry.
Look at that.
She, like every time I'm with her, it's just like, all right, she's the OG. She, like, I love her. She makes
Hmm.
me smile. She makes my heart fucking, go out of my chest. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
you
And
know
then
what these songs are all about now. You
yeah,
see
man,
that?
like now I know what those Boys to Men guys were singing, back in the day, like
Amen.
you never know, what these boy bands were singing back in the day until you find someone.
Right.
And then last summer I bought the ring, and I held that thing in my pocket for like 5 months, man. That thing was burning a hole in my underwear drawer, I will say.
Were you waiting for the right moment? Were you
Oh, I was
to
just
that?
waiting to I was just waiting to see her again,
Mm.
and then it worked out that she's gonna she flew up for the holidays. She was here for 2 weeks, and then Christmas Eve, big day, and a big day, and I was freaking shaking, man.
Yeah. Did you like
Like
when you that day of Christmas Eve 2020, were you waking up? You're like, okay, here we go. This is it. Did you watch like tutorial YouTube videos how to get engaged or like?
no, seriously, I was like, all right, how to not be a nervous wreck before doing this, huge
Mhm.
commitment thing. And like I had all my friends there, my family. It's at my house. I had my friends and family there, and it was great. And so like like I didn't do it right away. Like we're taking pictures first. Like keep
Mhm.
it like nonchalant. There's nothing crazy going on here. We're all just taking pictures. And then taking a picture together by the Christmas tree, and her arms around me, and she goes, whispers over to me. She goes, "Why is your heart racing so fast?" And I'm sitting there like sweating, you know, like no
I'm
reason.
just, I'm really nervous about what we're gonna have for dinner.
Yeah, no, I'm like, yeah, mom's food smells too good right now. Like I'm getting super hungry right now. And then lo and behold, like 2 minutes later, I was down on one knee, and when I got that down on one knee, I was like, oh, this is actually happening.
This is your mom.
This
This is
is
your moment, huh? And
Yeah, it's actually happening, and it was beautiful, man. And honestly, I am so I'm seeing her in less than a month. So I'm going down for her spring break now.
all
I'm
right.
I'm driving down there, and I'm excited to see her. Like, I haven't seen her since the holidays,
Mm-hmm.
and that week is gonna be amazing. Just to see her is gonna make like with the stress at work and her stress with, finishing up school. She's in clinicals in the hospitals and everything
Yeah.
and urgent cares. She's stressed out. And like me at work, I'm nonstop and, I'm stressed out. And at this, but, like it always manages to unstress us out. Like the second I see her, I'm just like, all right. Like even when we're FaceTiming, I'm like, all right, I'm not stressed anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And the
Look at
second we hang up, I'm like, all right, well, I'm stressed again.
that. You gotta get that warm weather too, man. But
Oh
wow,
yeah.
wow, Ali, thank you so much for sharing that for me and my audience. You're an awesome dude, man. No, you really deserve this happiness. I'm really
Thank
happy
you.
for you, and can't wait to see where this goes for you, man. This is awesome, man. You really gave me a great video highlight just now too. So
Oh, thank you, man.
really hyped it.
Appreciate it.
Congratulations again. So yeah, and also shouts to her, Lauren, what she does in the health field, and always pre, post, during pandemic too. So shouts to her and what she's done, and you guys can take this world on. So
Oh
congratulations, man.
yeah.
So I'm
Thank
thrilled
you, man.
for you.
Shout out to my honey, Laura, by the way. Love you, babe.
Shouts to Laura, indeed. Thank you for tuning in, Laura, and all you do.